same, yeah, we both. So it's time to move on with it. New page, we can still look back and forth with it. Ain't the same once we done with it.
You are the official guest, though.
Okay.
For episode 1 of the T.R.A.G.I.C podcast.
Episode
one and
one,
only.
the first
this
one.
Is episode 1 right here.
Okay.
We got 3 cameras. We got
It's
one
tragic,
directly right
baby.
there.
It's tragedy.
We got one right there. We got one right there.
Hello, tragedy.
So feel free. I know I try to tell people sometimes.
Give me some napkins just in case I start
in
crying.
case, right?
No, I'm messing.
No. But I try to tell people sometimes, like, I know it sounds kind of funny. The name of the show sounds a little funny, but like I explained to you, I feel like there's an acronym that's behind T.R.A.G.I.C.
Right.
And, we living through some weird times right now.
I can dig it.
So even though we're stand-up comics and, I'm here with the one and only Jay Rich.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and introduce yourself to
How's
the world.
everybody doing? My name is Jay Rich from the Bay Area. How's everybody doing? I'm happy to be here with
Yes, sir.
Rudy Ortiz.
And we've been doing this comedy shit for a while now.
For a long time. I'm
Yeah.
going on 9 years this year.
9 years, bro.
This year. Come October.
Right. And you started off at Tommy T's like a lot of us did.
I started off at Dorsey's Locker.
Oh, Dorsey's Locker.
And then
yeah.
when I said I'm going to be a comedian, I wanted to seal the deal by going to Tommy T's open mic.
Because Dorsey's Locker is one of those places, or was one of those places that, like, for everybody out there who's listening that's never been to Oakland, California, and performed at Dorsey's Locker, it was one of those places where it was like you got your ass whooped,
Right.
but you learned from it, and it was like you got thick skin by going through Dorsey's Locker.
Right.
Tell me about some of your craziest like moments at Dorsey's Locker, because I know everybody got a story or two.
Everybody got a story, but I don't know. I did it every week. I never missed a day for 3.5 years.
Yes.
It was a rough crowd. Sometimes it was good. That's what taught me how to. I think I got my real training there on how to do good if 3 people was there.
Right.
If it was packed. If it was an unruly crowd, stuff like that. But I think the most craziest thing that happened at Dorsey's, I think a guy shot the security guard in the ass.
God, in the ass.
Yeah, but purposely. Because everybody was trying to stop him.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm not going to kill him, man. I just want to shoot him in the ass.
Yeah.
And really shot him in the ass.
God damn.
And
he must have really been trying to make a point.
yeah, he was trying to make a point. He wasn't trying to kill him, though.
You know what though? There's some nobility in that chaos. You know what I'm saying? Like the motherfucker clearly had the opportunity to kill him.
Oh yeah, he could have killed
He
him.
had a gun. I mean,
Right.
if you get close enough to shoot somebody in the ass, you are showing some self-discipline.
Right. Showing a little bit of love because he could have killed you.
Right, he could have took you
know what
out.
I'm
But I always remember Dorsey's Locker for shit like that. I never saw anybody get shot in the ass, but I always saw it was always one of those, super rowdy rooms. And if you bombed, you were gonna feel it.
Right. But the good news is if you was killing, they was gonna pay
They were gonna
attention.
show you love, yeah.
So, it wasn't like a lot of people think, oh, it's a rough room. You go there and they don't listen. No, you're going to get a chance.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a quick chance there.
So that's where you started your comedy journey. And how would you describe your current comedy situation? Like, how do you feel about 9 years into it? You've invested a decade of your life basically to this craft. How do you feel overall?
Well, I think to be real with you with the pandemic, and maybe the pandemic made me feel this way, I felt like I'm not working hard enough. And maybe because I've been off work so long, only doing little shows here and there. So when the world opened up slightly, I'm like jumping on everything moving because I don't want to get weak.
Absolutely.
I want to keep the muscles strong. I want to keep my stage presence strong, my material. So right now, my comedy life, at first I was a little bougie, to tell you the truth. People
Bougie, why?
Because people will call me and say, hey, man, I got a show for you. How much does it pay?
Right.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like I said, I'm trying to, I forgot what I was watching, something on YouTube, watching like Bill Burr and a couple of other comedian interviews, and they was talking about how you got to be everywhere.
Real talk.
So that's kind of been like my focus, like this year. I'm trying to be everywhere. So
And I appreciate
I'm taking hella gigs.
Dude, but see, I know I've been seeing you work a lot, but I appreciate that mentality because not just for comedy, but I think in general, Jay, a lot of the times chaos presents opportunity, but it's only going to be there for people who are willing to jump up at it when the whole world is falling apart. The past year and a half with the pandemic, it's shooking a lot of shit up, obviously. But if you're willing to go against the grain and if you're willing to stand up in the moments of chaos, you could find opportunity, because what's going to happen when this is all over is right now we're going through a big rearrangement. Of the order of things. Right. You know what I mean?
I look at it like an obstacle course, man. Things is moving like this in circles, like old school Mario Brothers. You know how the fire spinning this way and this shit coming this way, so I'm trying to jump. And I'm just trying to.
And you got to like time your jumps. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, don't jump just yet. You know, you got to wait till that shit.
Forward, because remember in Mario you couldn't go back.
Right.
Once
that's
you
real.
go forward, you was okay, no going
Bro,
back.
that's an analogy like a motherfucker right there, man. Play life like it's Mario Brothers.
Yeah, you got to keep it going.
There ain't no going going back, man. That's real. That's a good one. So one of the big reasons why I wanted to bring you here today is because I know you're not only you a phenomenal comic, I know you're a thespian as well. I always bring this up to people when I bring up Jay Rich when we talk about him, because I always explain to them that it's like with Jay you're gonna get more than just a stand-up comic, because I know you're into spoken word. Right, I know you're a poet at heart and whatnot, and an actor. Right. I always remember this one time we were at Tommy T's and you actually closed out your set doing a poem. Right. And motherfuckers were eating it up. And it was dope because like the crowd, obviously they didn't expect to see that at a comedy show. But they got it from you, and it always stands out in my mind because it was such a reverent moment. And even everybody in the comedy club that was working there, comics included, like they had to respect it. Because it was very out of left field, but it was so good that you kind of had to salute that.
That's why I try my hardest to always have a poet on the show if I'm producing my own show. So I always try to have a poet open, because that's what started my entertainment career, period. Yeah. If it wasn't for poetry, I wouldn't be doing comedy. You wouldn't. Not a chance. I'm curious though. How do you think that opened up the door or led you to life and stand up? Well, because I can't. It led me to the stage first. Okay. So the first thing was getting on stage, but it was for that form of entertainment, poetry, and then being around comics. Absolutely. Because the Dorsey's was actually a spoken word room. It wasn't supposed to be a comedy. Oh, really? Room. It was supposed to be all spoken word. The place where the dude got shot in the ass was initially supposed a spoken word. Right. It's like, motherfucker, you better clap for this dude, all right? Because if you don't clap for him, he'll clap at you. Straight up. So that's one of the reasons why not only do I enjoy you just as like an individual in terms of like your artistry and whatnot, but part of the reason why I wanted you to come and do this podcast, because the concept behind what we're doing here is I really want to tap into my guest beyond what they do on the surface level. Everybody got a story. Right. Everybody got something that helped shape who they are and helped shape the view that they have on the world. And when I came up with the concept for T.R.A.G.I.C, I'm not gonna lie, I was high as shit. Okay. I was, I'd smoked some delicious weed. But this is years ago, and I was living in a little apartment in Newark. Okay. On Cherry Boulevard. You know what I'm saying? I was like fucked up. I hated my situation at the time. I didn't like my job. I didn't like what I was doing. I was barely like dabbling in stand-up comedy, just barely getting into it. But I just didn't like where I was at. And I started writing all these acronyms out, and one dawned on me when I looked at the word tragic. It dawned on me, there's some irony to that word if you break it down as an acronym. And what I came up with was time renders all great injustice comical, which is really just a long fancy way of saying, it was fucked up then, right? But it's funny now. Right. And that's what I really want to tap into. Which reminds me of Sam Bam. You know Sam Bam? Exactly. Sam Bam got a whole bit. He's got a whole bit. That whole concept is part of his stand-up comic, part of his stand-up comedy. But beyond just, the concept, I mean, that notion does shape us a lot of the times, It does. So that's why I invited you here, because I wanted to hear your story of development and something that helped shape your life and the way you view the world. So I invite you, Jay Rich, to share with me your tragic story. Well, I guess one of my tragic stories, and I've had tons of tragedies all over the years, but just like you say, it molds you and things. But I think the story I'll probably tell you today, and I'll maybe tell you a different story on another time on this show. But I think I'll tell you the story which kind of actually led to me doing the comedy. Okay, so it's take me to the very beginning. Very beginning. This is where you start playing the sad music. All right, cue the violins. The year was 1992, and no, I'm in high school, and basically I went down. They charged me with a crime that I didn't commit. Okay, so you were in high school. What year are we talking about? Because you graduated what? This happened about 96. Okay, 1996. 96. I graduated in 99. Okay, so 1990. No, it had to be about 97. So 97, you're what, like 14, 15 years old? About 15 years old. 1997. I'm assuming this is in Oakland, California? Oakland, California. 1997, the 15-year-old Jay Rich. The 15-year-old Jay Rich. I'm cutting school, going up to Oakland High to go visit my girlfriend at the time. So were you a truant? Like, is this the type of kid you were? When I wasn't 100% truant, but I was about 50-50. Okay. So I was in class, but I wasn't in class. I was in class enough not to fail. Right. But I was out of class enough to go to jail. There we go. That's a t-shirt. That's a t-shirt right there. Right. No, but honestly, bro, like when I've heard and met many people that had that same dichotomy, because there is something, because you're an intelligent dude, okay. But there is something to
too smart for your own good because you know that you could always bounce back. Like if you feel confident up here, you know that you could fuck around and maybe cut some classes and maybe just like slack off on certain things.
Yeah, because I'm a square at heart anyway. You know, I'm 100%
Square stay sharp though.
Square stay sharp, man.
Okay, so a 15-year-old Jay Rich, he's fucking around, you know, like cutting class and whatnot.
Cutting class, riding in stolen cars and stealing golf carts and different things. Just being mischievous,
Oakland,
you know, just good.
Hood rat activities with your friends. Hood rat stuff with my friends.
Hood rat shit. You know, I want to do hood rat shit. Nah, but you know, I'm just going back and forth. I mean, and like you said, if I would have been in class, I wouldn't even been getting in trouble.
Right.
But basically, the tragedy was, it was like some dudes that I don't even know what the fight was over. We all got into a big old giant fight like downtown Oakland.
So you were with your homies and
I was
then
with my
y'all met
homies,
another
those
group.
were their homies, and we over there we fight. I don't even know what it was for, to be real. I can't even, like, I was thinking about that on the way up here. Like, why was we even fighting?
So you knew you were on your way to a fight?
No.
Oh, okay.
The first time, no, I didn't know either time, but the first time I didn't know we was on our way to a fight. We just ended up clashing with some other little cats, and end up fighting, and you know, I mean, it wasn't nothing big. It wasn't like, you know, knives and stuff got pulled out. You know, just fighting in the street and split up.
It's like a group of guys. Like how many people were you with?
About 3 of us. It was like me and 2 other dudes.
Okay.
And we fought these other cats. It was about 3 deep or 4 deep. Fought them. That was over. But I didn't know they went to Oakland High. That's why I was telling you that we was cutting. I was going to go see my girlfriend at Oakland High.
Right.
And that's how we ended up seeing them again.
Okay, so you had no idea that these dudes that you were fighting
about a week ago.
Yeah, about a week ago, were gonna be eventually in
us
front of you
bumping
again.
into them again at Oakland High. You know what
shit!
I mean? So we go up there. I'm trying to be a player because I'm trying to go see my girl. I'm gonna see you for lunch, baby. What we gonna cut? Blah, blah, blah.
I'm gonna go see you for lunch.
Yeah, you know,
40-minute high school lunches.
Right. Yeah, I'm on my way, baby. Brought my friends with me because they trying to holler at girls at Oakland High.
Yeah.
You know, we just, you know, you cut class, go to other schools and stuff like that. But anyway, we ended up seeing them again. So we get up there and see them, and then we ended up fighting again. Right there, over there is like on the corner of Oakland High. It's like an AM PM gas station across the street. That's where we seen them at again. And you know the mug and all that's cool. It goes down again. We lightweight beat them up. You know, one of my partners, he got a little black eye, but you know everybody's fighting. There's nothing too crazy.
Now, how did you fare in this fight? Because here's the thing, bro. Like we've all been in like group fights. You know, it's kind of like part of the experience.
Well, the
of
group
growing
fight
up.
is always fun if you're the what do you call it?
The bigger group?
No, if you're either in the bigger group or you the wild card, like nobody's focused on you, so you helping your friends over here, you running over here. You might catch one. Oh,
now who are you? Who are you in this situation?
I think the first one I was like that. The first fight I was the wild card. I think the one at Oakland High, I was locked in with the dude. So one of my other partners was being the one jumping around and little stuff. And you know, kids come all around, circle you and all that.
The second time around when you were actually locked in, did you feel the energy from the other guy you were fighting at the time? Did you feel his energy like he really wanted to fight, or was his energy more like, man, I'm only doing this because my friends, you know, I'm with my friends.
No, he really
right now.
wanted to fight because he was the aggressor.
Okay.
He was the aggressor. Like, what's up now? What's up now?
Yeah.
Like, you know. But after that fight, you know, we all spin off. Like, police came, security come running across the street from school, and we left. And somehow we ended up at Tech.
Oakland Tech, okay.
Well, we get into another fight for some reason.
So this is the second fight of the day?
Of the day, though.
With the same group?
No. It was
different group?
It was with another group. So we're just being mischiefs.
Right.
Like we should have been in class. Why are we fucking outside fighting?
So how many of you guys were there? Like
it was about
in your
three
group?
of us.
Three of us. Okay, so y'all were a trio.
Right, but we was going up there to meet some friends that we had already knew there. So we get into a fight.
Feel free to take your time with it, by the way. You ain't got it, because I love the details.
Okay.
I love the details along the way.
So we ended up getting a fight there. And I think we ended up getting a fight there, and we're running back towards Telegraph. And we start walking after we get in the fight with that guy. And next thing you know, there's a group of kids coming, like, I guess he went and got his partners to come and, like, get on us. You know what I mean? We turn around, we see a group of people coming and blah, blah, blah. So when they got there, the people that was in his crew knew us.
Okay.
It was like, no, y'all got to do a one-on-one fight.
Okay. So there's always one dude that's got some sense of, like, honor. There's always one who's like, no, fuck that, one-on-one.
Right.
Because honestly, I appreciate that dude, whoever that dude may be,
Right.
because I think he's speaking on behalf of the entire group. It's like, look, bro, look, check this out.
Let's do this
We
correctly.
really don't want to all rumble.
Right.
Because it's too many wild cards.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's too many wild cards. So we really don't. So there's always going to be one dude who's going to step up and be like, hey, no, wait, for the sake of honor.
Exactly.
We're going to do one-on-one. Now, who are the two motherfuckers that got a problem?
Exactly.
Speak up right now or forever hold your peace.
Exactly.
So this dude comes out, calls out a one-on-one.
Calls out a one-on-one. I start fighting dude.
Oh, so you came out for the one-on-one.
Right. I start fighting the dude. It's like right before you get to McDonald's. You know where McDonald's and Jack in the Box? It's that strip from Tech. Like you pass Carter up.
All right.
And you get, I think that's Broadway. That might be, no, that's not Broadway. That's Telegraph.
Okay.
So we're around there and we're fighting and all that.
Now, hold on a second, though. When you come out for the one-on-one, what prompted you to step out and be a part of the one-on-one? Because
Trying to be tough because it was because when they seen who he was, oh man, because the dudes knew me.
Yeah.
That he brought. He's like, oh man, that's my
okay.
partner. Y'all gotta go one-on-one if y'all gonna fight.
Right.
So I'm trying to be tough. What's happening here? All in the middle of the street. We end up fighting, and then while we're fighting, it still kind of go off into chaos.
Yeah.
Because one of my friends kind of jumped in from the side, and one of his friends did the same thing.
Okay.
But as it all happened, dude's chain comes off.
Okay. You yanked it off?
No.
Somebody else yanked it off?
Yanked it off. Long story short, after it was all over with the fight and everybody split up again, because the police ended up coming again and everybody split up, one of the dudes that was with me had the chain.
Yeah.
Like, we got his chain and little
But still, though, that's a very symbolic gesture. You take somebody's chain, you holding it. You know what I'm saying? You're basically asking for more trouble.
Right, basically,
Yeah.
I guess. Now, anyway, that little event from that first fight for the other week to fighting that guy over there in Tech, 2 weeks go by. I'm going to class though now.
Okay, so now you're going to class.
I'm back
like, man, I'm done with the bullshit. I already done got into like 3 fights in 7 days.
Now you're
going to class.
I'm going to class. And until this day, I don't know how this happened. I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't know how this happened. I'm on the side of the school smoking a Black and Mild.
Okay.
And I'm sitting on the thing talking to my friends. It's like lunchtime or something. And the police officer comes and pulls up about a week or two later and pulls up. And I've been seeing this cop every day. He's like the school police.
Right.
And he pulls up and he looks at me. He said, hey, man, what's up? I said, what's happening? He said, you T.R.A.G.I.C, right? Because I was always going by a nickname.
Uh-huh.
He said, you T.R.A.G.I.C, right? I'm like, yeah. He said, come in. So I walk up to the car. He said, man, some dudes down, some people downtown want to talk to you.
God damn.
I said, what, you trying to arrest me or something? You're like, man, they just trying to talk to you down. I don't know what it's about, but they supposed to come and talk to you.
So you 15 years old, the police officer, which you see every single day.
Every single day for past 2 weeks.
So there's a level of trust.
He
possibly.
was the kind, and he was actually pretty cool. He'll pull up and give you some money.
Wow.
He was that kind of dude. He was like
Right.
the school police. Hey, what y'all doing out here? Give you $5.
Buying love
Right.
from the students so that when it's time to arrest them, they're not going to think twice about it.
Right.
They're like, okay, cool, I'll go with you downtown, no problem.
Right.
So he's enticed.
So basically,
that's
that's exactly. He like, yeah, man, they want to talk. I don't know what it's about, but they want you need to go on downtown. So at first, I'm thinking I wasn't scared. At first, I'm like, they just want to talk.
They just want to talk. They just because cops love conversation.
I'm young and stupid, and I go to talk. I go there. No, first before I get, I'm like, what they want to talk to me about?
So do you jump in the car with them?
No, not at first. First, I'm a little hesitant, and
Right.
I'm like, why? Who are they? Who do I want to talk to? Not just some people downtown want to talk to you, man. You got to come with me, right? Kind of, had a little first, like the shoulder, like he just talking to me, but it was a little grip
on it,
just in case.
Insider.
And he was like, I ain't gonna have to put handcuffs on you, am I, man? You ain't gonna try to run. I'm like,
not now.
right. But some in my mind, I swear, in the back of my mind, I was like, peel off, kill him.
Yeah.
But then I'll never could come to school again.
Yeah,
my father and everybody get involved. I'm like,
next time he sees you, he's just gonna grab you.
right. Let me see if I go see what this is.
Let's work this out.
I'm not even thinking about what happened a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of my friends hasn't been around either that I didn't notice.
So to that point though, when the cops started, telling you about going downtown to talk and shit like that, you weren't associating it with your rumbles from the last week.
Because it's been 2 weeks.
It's been that shit is
Like,
old
what,
already.
Right. You know what's going on. But like I said, future tense, I start thinking about it. One of the guys that was with me haven't been coming to school either.
So is that starting to click in your mind?
Nope, not at
Not
the
yet.
time.
Okay.
At the time, I'm dumbfounded. Like, what the fuck they want to talk to me downtown for?
Yeah.
What the fuck? So they take me on down there, and then I go in some kind of little room. And then the cops, one of the cops come in.
Is it one of those rooms that we see on the
something like this?
48-hour footage?
Yeah, something like
Where they sit you in a corner, they bring you some Wendy's. They'll be like, no,
whatever you said, I did it. I'm just
motherfuckers would give it up for a Whopper with cheese, you know?
Right.
Okay, so they bring you into a room.
They bring me into the room.
15-year-old Jay Rich, who they told they just want to talk.
Right.
They put you in this little tiny room with probably like a table and a chair.
Right.
And now you sitting there, and what's going on through your mind at that point? Because at that point, you got.
I'm more so sitting there like, you know, just like First 48. You know what that means?
You start fiddling around.
Oh shit! What the fuck? You know what I mean? And so they come in there and talk to me, talking about they're saying I robbed somebody.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So when they drop the robbery. The notion of robbery on you. How did you feel in that moment? Because now you finally have an answer as to why you're there, and they're talking about robbery.
Right, they're talking about robbery.
How does that make you feel in that moment? Like
I'm just more panicked, panicked, and what the fuck are you talking about? I haven't robbed nobody. You know what I mean? Now I'm like, wait a minute, who did I rob? Whoa. And then I'm trying to remember it for detail because he was like, the next thing you know, he pulls out a paper. I was like, it wasn't me, man. It wasn't me. And he pulled out a paper because they took me, when I first got down there, they took pictures of me and everything like I'm being booked.
Wow, bro.
Yeah, like I didn't go straight to the room. Like I went there and they was like, sit right here. What's your name? All the
Fingerprints
shit.
too?
Yep, all the little what's that? And it was old school. They did a what's his name?
Oh, they put the whole
rolled
shit on your hand.
shit and thing and went like this with it and all the shit.
Bruh, so they were booking you.
Yeah, basically.
They were basically booking you, bro.
Basically. And I was sitting in there for hell long before they even came to talk to me.
Yeah.
Like for hell long.
Did when they were, when they sat you down in the room, like did you make the connection at that point? Like, okay, I'm in trouble now. Because once they take the pictures and they take the fingerprints and whatnot.
Yeah, but my thing was what for?
Exactly.
That's the only thing going through my mind is what for? What have I done?
Yeah.
You know, I'm thinking, did I do anything? Threw some rocks at a car or something?
Yeah,
Like, what was it?
So
did
they come
find
in,
some weed in my locker or something? What's going on?
They come in, they drop the robbery charge on you.
They dropped the thing. They asking me where I was, talking about the dates and stuff like that.
Now that's when it gets fucked up though, because I've had cops ask me about dates and shit like that, and now it's
my
like
mind goes 100% blank now because I don't even know what today is.
Right, and you don't want to say the wrong thing.
Right.
You don't want to say the wrong thing. You might fuck around and incriminate yourself. You start thinking about that, but at the same time, you're also thinking to yourself like, if I sit here stumbling and bumbling around, I'm gonna just look even worse. Because what you really want is some time to think. Right. But in that moment, you ain't really got it.
Right.
And then you a youngster, so you don't want to look guilty, but you trying to figure out what the fuck, where was I on October 23rd or whatever the fuck,
Exactly. So anyway, long story short, short story long.
Yeah, give me the long version.
Short story long, they come in there and I realized why I was in there so long, whoever's accusing me of this is there too.
Ah.
And they come in, they was like, yeah, man, they say it's you. I'm like, can't be me. I haven't did anything. And they pulled out this little piece of paper and they had hella people pictures on it, including the picture I just took. And then they had a highlighter around my face saying that this is the one, that's him right there.
The fucking details that they will add to fuck with your mind.
Right.
Because that shit we gonna highlight this shit. We gonna highlight this shit so when we show it to him, he understands that we got him. Right. Because he's highlighted.
Right.
Because you only highlight important shit.
Exactly.
When you read a good passage.
You hella stupid. Yeah, that's it. Put a highlight. Hey, put a gold star around that button right there.
It's like when you read a good book and you see a good line, you highlight that part. Like, I gotta remember this shit. This is important right here. So they highlighted you. They came came in, and you know they probably got a file with every other dude highlighted in.
Right. And it's crazy, right? Because I'm like when I was waiting and she was doing the paperwork, like they had pictures of other kids, right? That was in there. But I was seeing friends I knew. It was crazy as fuck. I was seeing like hell little friends. I was like, oh, that's what's his name. But I'm answering questions and I'm looking around because I've never been up in here. I'm seeing people, and they've been to like some of the friends I knew, they've been to juvenile hall. In and out.
Right.
So, but it was just hella shocking to be right there where my friends was always telling me, and then I'm sitting there fucking pictures.
Like you at the Hall of Fame or something.
Right. Like,
oh, shit, that motherfucker stole 3 cars in 1 week.
Like, it wasn't like the movie where they got wanted and shit. It was just like this, just little pictures of motherfuckers.
They probably did that shit on purpose. They were like, does Jay Rich know this guy? Yeah, put his picture up.
Put him up there. Let him know he's going down.
Right.
So anyway, so he's asking me about it, and I'm saying no. And no, this is where God kicks in.
Okay.
I lie to you not. This is where God
I was
kicks
waiting
in.
for God to kick in. I'm
This
like,
is
bro, where you
kicks
at?
in. Long story short, I stopped talking. I'm just like, man, I got to call. I need to call my dad. I need to call home.
So they're asking you all these questions.
I said, I need to call
But you
home.
stopped talking. Okay.
I need to call home. So they make me wait there hell long again.
Mm-hmm.
Like hell long. Felt like hours, man. Like, felt like it was overnight again. But it really wasn't, though, because I'm scared. I'm sitting there waiting. I finally call, and my dad's not there, but my sister takes the call, tell her what's going on. My older sister, she's like my mother, you know what I mean? Raised
How much older?
About 15 years.
Okay, yeah.
15.
So that's like a mother sister.
So she comes up to the thing crying. I think she must have knew somebody in the juvenile department, but she in there crying. They set me a court date and let me go.
Wow.
I had to leave with her, but they set a court date. Didn't take me to juvie or nothing.
Okay.
So I got a court date coming maybe about, I think 2 months or something from that time.
Bruh, so you got to wait 2 months.
Right, but check game. 2 or 3 months, 2 or 3 months. Like the court dates was hella far from that actual date, but they say he needs to go to court. We're going to go ahead and let him go. I'm talking, she come in with tears.
Of course, yeah.
God, whoa. And then she got me up out of there. I was like, oh yeah. I'm getting up out of there. I'm trying to think, what the fuck? And I'm like, why the hell are they trying to get me for a robbery thing? And I still don't know I don't know what it's about. I still don't have a clue that it's about that shit.
So you walk in now of the police department.
Still not really
You got a 3-month, hiatus before you got to be back in a courtroom.
Exactly.
And you still don't know what they're going to accuse you of?
Or nothing. I just know I got to go for an arraignment court or something like that. I don't know nothing about the system or anything like that.
That's incredible. They would just deprive you of that information.
Right.
Not even how you.
But they said they was charging me though with a 211.
Yeah, which is a robbery.
And they said the dates and said the people's names. I don't know who they are and little stuff like that. And I don't think, I'm so stupid, I probably still don't even key in that it's the shit that happened a few weeks ago.
You're still not even making that connection.
Not even making it, I know it's something, but I don't know if it's that one. Now I don't know. And then I think I started making the connection, but now I don't know if it's Tech or Oakland High.
Okay. So little by little, once you started thinking about it more, because you got plenty of time to think about it.
Right.
There were a few things maybe in the back of your mind that you started saying, okay, could it possibly connect it to be connected?
And that's another thing, children, if you're watching, you gotta pick good friends.
Real talk, bro.
Because it got to be somebody to say, nah, blood, let's not do
bro,
it.
speak on that, though, because because now you got to think about who am I hanging out with?
Exactly, because this is the kicker that kicks next because of friends. We go down Jack of London for the movie theater down there. There's a movie theater in Jack of London Square, and we're walking back home. We're walking back to West Oakland, but we're going back towards, we're going back the train track way, like 3rd Street or something, and we're going to turn up to when we get to Market. So me and one of my friends were walking. One of my friends, is why I say pick your friends wisely. And we're walking, we're chilling, and this dude, my friend, looks, and somebody left a good-ass one of them cameras in a car, like a camcorder or some kind of electronic shit.
Right. Like the old 8mm one, the handheld camcorders?
Yeah. And this motherfucker takes a rock, breaks the fucking window.
Wow.
Reaches up. While he's reaching to grab it, comes out with a burp. Here they come.
Blurped immediately?
Jack both of us.
Ah, damn it.
We both go back down to juvenile hall for breaking it.
Damn it, bro. Damn.
Well, I'm already got a court date.
You left the police department. You got 2 months or 3 months before you go to court. And in the meantime,
we catch a break in the, what did you call
Bro, I mean, P, my producer, my super producer, he gotta laugh. Bro, so you basically made your bed in that situation unintentionally because they were charging you for robbery already. You at least have the clear conscience of mind to say, I don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. Like you can lean on that. But now,
this one, I know exactly what it is.
But now and this is only going to highlight, no pun intended, but this is only going to... This is
a lot of highlights going on, right?
This is only going to embolden their case against you now, because now you really look like a criminal.
Exactly. Now it looks super bad.
Yeah.
Because now it looks like I'm playing lookout while he's breaking in the fucking car.
Right.
And he says nothing to me.
Wow.
Like we're walking, yeah, blah, blah, and we just talking shit and smoking Black and Miles, and he like, oh, look at this shit, blah, wait a minute, hold on. I'm like, dude, what the fuck you doing? As soon as he break it, open, go in the window, grab it. I'm talking about they come, zzz.
like they were waiting for it.
Like it was a setup or something. Like
Get the
like
fuck
a
out
sting
of
or
here,
some
man.
shit.
And what did your friends say at the time? Like when he saw that the cops pulled up, did y'all even consider running or?
It was in my mind. The cold part about it, I didn't run because I ain't even gonna lie. In my mind, I didn't do nothing.
Right. You were like, I'm good. I ain't got no rock.
Right, because I ain't but accessory now.
Of course. Did your partner run? Did he leave or?
No. He was caught so much by surprise, and they jump out hard. Don't motherfucking move. And we young.
Guns drawn?
No guns.
Okay, no guns drawn. Okay, yeah.
Get it out.
Yeah.
And then I lie to you not, even the cops said, he was like, man, why y'all didn't run? Like when the other cops. Because he was like an older kind of cop. But he jumped out with so much authority.
Right. Why y'all didn't run?
Oh, we didn't.
Bruh.
But everything happened so, the breaking of the window, to him reaching in and them coming happened so fast for me. Yeah. That I'm more so stuck, young and stupid.
You're stunned in that moment. Now, but in that moment though, did you think about a couple of weeks before when you were in that room at the police department, did you piece that together in that moment? Did you say, fuck, this is only going to make the shit that I already got on my plate even worse?
Yeah, no, that for sure. Like when I was in the back of the car, right, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
All this shit's about to come down on all. So now, like you said, I really look guilty as fuck. Like I belong in a group home somewhere, nigga. My parents can't take.
Right. It's like somebody got to raise this kid.
Right. He's out there fucking up. He ain't been out 2 weeks.
So you're in the backseat. Now I'm curious though, man. Like, what do you?
You know what? Hey, you know what was playing in the car? I always thought about that. I'm gonna put it in the movie.
Oh shit. The cop car? They're playing music while y'all are in the backseat? Yeah. What is it?
That song, I don't know who sings it, but it goes shotgun.
Shoot 'em up, bang, bang.
Yeah, before we run now.
Oh, don't worry. We gonna insert that song into this podcast just for you, bro.
And I'm sitting there now, but see, for some
here, just speak right into this.
I think, but the dude that I was with, he's real scared not to come to Juvenile Hall. He's already on probation himself.
God damn, bro.
So, but by the time I get to the end of the story, you'll know. But he ends up going to CYA. Because he fucked up that was the violation of it. Yeah. Violation of it.
Holy shit.
So
are you guys talking in the back seat? Are you guys talking about anything?
Nah, we just quiet as fuck because now I'm really I haven't stepped foot in juvie yet.
Right.
My sister came and got me out before they took me down.
Right.
But now I'm definitely going.
Mm-hmm. She can't cry enough tears.
She tried though. She tried.
Oh, did she really though, bro?
She tried. She came back up here. Oh, my baby, bro. Not this time, ma'am.
She's all like, please. And then she's looking at you like, motherfucker, like, we gonna do this shit again?
No, this is a juvenile delinquent. You can't control. We have to take them in and shit.
She came down. She tried to fucking help you out. Couldn't do it this time.
So now they walking us downstairs with a couple of other kids that got locked up that day, putting us in the fucking paddy wagon.
Now, what's it like to be, this is your first time?
First time. And look, it wasn't even like the paddy wagon, like people like the bus, like the TV or the buses that I've seen later where you just on the bus.
Yeah.
No, like we came out, they backed this fucking truck. It's like a truck.
Uh-huh.
And no windows, no nothing. Raleigh put us all up in there. They closed the door, pitch black in that motherfucker.
Were you guys handcuffed or anything?
Yeah, we was handcuffed. We was handcuffed.
So how many people you think were back in the back of that truck?
It was him, me, my partner, and maybe it was about 5 of us in that thing.
God damn, bro.
5 or 6.
Is anybody talking in the back of that truck?
Yeah. One dude was talking, and He was just talking about some shit. You could tell he'd been there before. Man, he was all, man, I hope they put me in D unit.
he knows exactly what cell
like,
block
I want to do the thing, man. And they was just talking hella shit and like, dinner should be about 6.
God damn.
These juveniles, though,
right.
talking like this.
They're institutionalized to an extent. They know what to expect.
They already know.
They've
been
seen their faces highlighted many times. Like they know what to expect in that situation.
See, but that's why I laugh too. Because my boy Rico, you know Rico the Great, you heard of him?
Of course, yeah.
He got a joke about how everybody, jail bad to the motherfucker. But like I said, when I first got there to get to the cell, motherfuckers over there playing cards and checkers. And right. You think you about to walk into some old weird ass shit. Like
everybody pumping iron, motherfuckers stabbing each other.
Right, these motherfuckers playing checkers and shit all on the phone and all that.
Reading.
But the fucked up part is, so I get there and they check us in, but juvenile hall is crowded.
Okay.
And I ended up, they kept me in intake. It's a 1-man cell. I don't have court for like 3 weeks.
Right.
And I'm in a 1-man cell going fucking crazy.
So you're in there by yourself.
And then the cool part about it, you didn't even get an hour in intake at Juvenile on 150th at the time. They'll come to you and let everybody out the cell in the hallway to do jumping jacks and stuff just to keep your body going, because there's no yard. When you're in intake, there's no like yard or play yard to go to.
Really? Or
no tables to sit at. You eat in your cell. Everything's in your cell. So they'll take you out and do some push-ups, do some jumping jacks, and throw you right back up in there.
So this juvenile detention center that you're talking about, you said it's off of 150th. Mm-hmm. So I'm from San Leandro, and I lived...
It's right up the hill from where you used to work.
Work at that liquor store. Mm-hmm. And so we used to get a lot of the youngsters would come down, like once they would be released or whatever, or even people that would leave John George, the psychiatric hospital, which is right down the street. Mm-hmm. They would come into the store a lot, and you would see a lot of people, like some of these youngsters that you're talking about that were institutionalized. You could just see it in them. You know, that they were like, damn, like I'm free, I'm out, and they don't know, and they don't know what to do.
Right.
They don't know what to do. All they thinking about is like, I'm gonna come and buy some chips, and then they would just stand in front of the store and they'd be like, all right, well, where do I go now? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm familiar with this with the detention center. I didn't realize though that like they kept the youngsters in the cell by themselves. I thought they were being like all together.
No, you do into the groups. I mean, when you get to the units.
Okay.
But in intake is just, and then I don't know what it looked like now. I heard they remodeled it, but that's why they call it the hall. It's a hall of cells, and there's a door on each side like that. It's a long hall,
right?
And then you walk down the hall on each side, cells like that.
So
in intake, you there by yourself until they found a unit, but they were crowded, so they didn't have a unit for it.
Oh,
so I had to stay in intake for hell long. I'm in there talking to myself. And trying to do push-ups.
Now
I'm dreaming about being free and wake up still there.
And that was after like what, a couple of days?
Yeah,
that's
I
all
was
it takes.
tripping. I was tripping.
So at this point, when you reach the hall and you're in intake, at this point legally, I mean, are you charged and convicted at this point, or is it still is the process still unfolding?
The process still unfolding because everything gets set up on the first court date.
Okay.
You got to go to the first court date to initially give you a charge and everything, but they got the paperwork on what you're being charged with, and then I remember somebody came to me in the middle of the fucking night in intake. I guess he was supposed to be either my counselor or my probation officer or whatever. I don't know what he was supposed to be.
Yeah.
But he came in there and started reading off the paper. Yeah, you went down for robbery and he breaking in cars and everything. Oh yeah, you staying with us for a while.
Wow.
And I thought he was supposed to be there like to talk to me and help.
Yeah. He's like letting you know, like, nah, bro, get comfortable.
Right. But something happened where they gave me an Asian dude. Okay. Like they took him off. I don't know if he moved or the assignments gave me an Asian dude, and the Asian dude came and talked to me. But he was more calmer and stuff like that. Well, that's when they was telling me stuff. They got you for robbery on this day and breaking the thing on this, and you'll be able to meet with like a public. If you don't have a lawyer, you'll meet with a public defender and talk to him. And then when I met the public defender, it's just like those memes, blood, funny as shit, blood. The dude, his sports coat was too big. He was. He wore a glass, like he kind of like moved like this, kind of like this.
What did you think when you first saw him? You were like, this is a dude?
Yeah, because they take me out the cell, they take me to the room so I can meet with him. I'm sitting there waiting. He comes walking in, damn near dropping shit. And he was like, yeah, man. So, and he's not saying nothing. So I'm like, man, what's going to happen? He said, oh, you're going to YA. What you mean I'm going to YA? I didn't do it.
Wow.
He didn't do it.
Oh, I didn't. He's like, oh, I didn't realize that. Oddly enough, everybody in here says the same thing.
But he came in there immediately with all right, we're gonna do the guilty thing, and I could probably get you all. He didn't even ask me if I did it or not.
So what are you saying though, Jay? Like all this shit is going on around you. I mean, I know it must be hectic. You a youngster, 15 years old, first time in this situation.
Right.
You didn't break the glass window.
Right.
You were there. Mm-hmm. But what are you saying to defend yourself along the way? And who are you saying it to?
I'm telling my parents, I'm telling my dad and shit, man, I don't know what the fuck they talking about. I haven't did nothing. They got the wrong somebody. The breaking of the window thing, I'm not just even talking about that, but I'm telling like my dad and my sister and shit. I was like, man, that was Johnny that did that.
Yeah.
I'm telling my dad.
And how are they responding? Because your family, I'm sure they must have been.
Well, that's what hurt me the most because my father's super old.
Of course.
He had me when he was 50. So he got to be about 65, 66
right.
then. You know what I mean? And then he was half blind, and now he got to go out. And that's why my sister did a lot for me because of his handicap.
What was your dad's response to all this? Was he saying anything about it?
He was just more so, he was mad and he was more so looking for any way to try to get me about it. He was more worried about me than anything.
Yeah,
man, we got to get you out of here, man, boo. He talking to the public defender and all them, and like, believe it or not, so anyway, during all that time, then I find out what I now 2 and 2 is together.
Okay,
all this shit is about them people at Tech.
Oh, so now you're starting to piece together what the initial charge, the stuff that happened, when you were like free and just chilling. Mm-hmm. Now you're starting to figure out what that is.
See, but I'm not even 100% sure on how it went down because let's go back in time when it says, "Oh, you J.R.I.C."
Oh, okay.
One of the dudes that was there with me, he's in there too, but in a different unit.
Okay.
He went down before me. So I don't know how it all transpired, but later on after I'm thinking, I'm like, well, how the fuck did they even get the name J.R.I.C. to look for?
So now you're starting to think maybe this dude
that either lied on me, snitched on me.
Of course.
But like I said, I don't even know how even Robbery even got into the situation. So the question is, where did Robbery come from? Second question is, how do they know my name, J.R.I.C.?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I never get a chance to talk to this dude. He in a different unit. When we walking past, I see him, but
obviously you can't sit there and have hey man, what'd you say about me?
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you suspected that this dude is the one who dropped your name.
Well, that's one thing. I'm suspecting that's the one that dropped my name, but I don't understand how. And I don't understand under what circumstances would he even have to drop my name.
And at this point, you still don't understand why Robbery
is on this instead of just fighting.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So anyway, I guess long story. They finally get me to a unit and everything. I see a couple of people I know. A couple of the people, I see like 1 or 2 people I know. And then like all like people, like the majority of the people that I knew that was in there was in a different unit across the hall. So when I used to walk past the hall, I'm like, damn, I see all my partners. A lot of my partners in there.
Yeah.
But I'm over here alone with people I don't know and all this shit. I'm more so quiet up in there. But anyway, long story short story long again. We go to court and I plead not guilty.
Really? This is to both of them, or just the second charge?
To all of it.
To everything. Okay, so they bring you into court, and do they list all the things that you're
for the
under
first
suspicion
court
for? Okay, wow.
So I'm like, not guilty. We're gonna set this case to trial.
Oh shit.
Okay, let's go to motherfucking trial.
Now that's a challenge right there.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people will just plead guilty to get a deal and make sure that they get the best deal possible, whether they did it or not. A lot of times it doesn't even matter. Your lawyer or somebody would be like, "Look, man, just go with the bargain."
Which he was lightweight trying to.
What was he saying?
He was lightweight. Well, he said something about if you plead guilty, he could, like, he wasn't clear on what he could give me. Like, he was like stupid.
Yeah.
The dude was like stupid.
Right.
Like he just, and then at the end of the day, when you're dealing with a public defender, he's dealing with 1,000 cases.
He's just another case on his list.
Yeah, and he's getting paid per case or per day. I don't know how they get paid.
Yeah.
But so now he's probably even mad he got to go to trial because you don't get paid no more or less.
Wow. So they try. Yeah, I can see how they would try to get their defendants to be like, "Come on, man, just go."
Matter of fact, I just got reminded. I just turned 17.
Okay.
The reason why I know this because now they're thinking about trying to try me as an adult.
Holy shit.
Now.
That's a game changer.
Yeah, because I remember it now. Because when we went to court across the street from the lake in the what's that court called across the street from Lake Merritt?
I can't remember.
Yeah, the
Alameda County Court. I don't know.
Yeah, it's Alameda County Court, but I forgot they got another name for it. But I ended up going to court there.
Holy shit!
And then when they used to bring me in a separate van to go there, and they had to keep me separate because people from Santa Rita was going to court there too. So I used to be in the cell. They'll put me in one little cell by myself because it's adults on this side, but they could see you.
Yeah.
And you could see them. And they like, damn it. People walking past, they trying to charge you as an adult. You know, little people, they asking me questions about it and shit. That's what really got me scared.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, tell me about that though. Like when they talking about charging you as an adult, I mean, what's the first thing that's going on through your mind? You know, because I can imagine what I'd be thinking. I'd be like, man, I'm about to go to jail with these fucking grown men.
Right. And I'm thinking it's over. But just to clear up everything now on why I'm there and like what they think. All right, so now you see it from my point of view. So now here's the big picture. The dudes we fought, I don't know how it happened, but the dudes we fought at Oakland High, I think it came from the chain getting taken, saying that we robbed him instead of fighting him. Then one lied and tried to say I had a gun.
Oh,
and then when we went to court, I do not know. When we went to court, like I literally had a small trial.
Yeah.
Like a small trial. Like we didn't even have jurors though. It was based on the court. I mean, based on the judge, I guess because I'm a juvenile or something. When we go to court, these dudes come to court to testify. The same bad motherfuckers that was swinging and what's happening is in that motherfucker testifying.
Now they out here pointing you out and shit.
Literally, blood. You know how blood. You have been. Is the man in this room right now that no lips and the motherfucker go right? I'm like,
bruh. Once that finger,
they sending me to Rikers Island. I didn't have a gun.
Once that finger goes on you, dog, you can't take it off.
Crazy,
bro. So did you had no idea that these cats were gonna come in to testify,
right?
So you just see them march into the courtroom,
and I skipped. Well, I didn't skip.
Now go back to it. Tell us the whole thing.
During the time before I go back with my boy for breaking in the car, I finds out that my girlfriend's pregnant. Right?
Holy shit!
So she's pregnant at the time. So when we go to court to speed back, she's coming to court too with my dad and my sister and shit. Why it turns out she's in the hallway talking to people and, you know, and she sees some people she knows and she started, yeah, man, what's going on? What you doing up here? Oh, yeah, I got a court date. And oh, what's happening? Oh, they said I couldn't talk about it. They opened the thing. She knows one of the motherfuckers.
Bruh, you must have felt like the fucking world was just collapsing.
I was like, what the fuck? It was like weird shit, bro.
Yeah.
But anyway, so my lawyer's doing a bullshit job. Like he's doing cross-examination, right? It was like
what type of questions is he asking during cross-examination?
No, because one of the dudes was saying that I had a gun.
Yeah.
So that got put into blood like hella shit, like from what they initially told me to everything that's going on in court now is like armed robbery now instead of regular robbery, battery, theft, all the little what's in that. So he's saying that I had a gun or something like that. So my lawyer's like, well, are you a gun expert? What makes you think that you're a gun expert? What kind of gun was it? He's asked some stupid ass shit.
Right.
You're like, everybody knows what a gun is. I'm not a gun expert.
Are you a gun expert?
But he's asking them the stupidest shit. But now this is what scares me. While we're going through the whole thing, I'm sitting in court. I would keep looking back. My father and them back there, my sister, even my aunties I ain't seen in a long time. My Christian aunties, they here to pray for me and shit. They're back there praying, trying to do the thing. But while the lawyer's talking, the judge is sitting up there like this, and I guess his daughter was in his chambers. He's over there blowing kisses at him. Doing all this shit, playing with her and shit while the dude's talking. I'm sitting here like, they not even fucking listening.
Well, bruh, he's not even like respecting the case. The judge is like, man, the movie starts in fucking 45 minutes. We got to get the fuck up out of here.
Right. So anyway, long story short story long, which is my thing for the day. After I think a couple of days that the judge stops everything. Because he sees my fucking lawyer as a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And he's not taking this shit seriously. he asked me to say something. Is there anything that you want to say? I guess it might have been over with, like he didn't want to hear no hearings or whatever shit. Anything you want to say? So I'm sitting there all tough and shit, and I'm scared to death. Is there anything you would like to say before something? I don't even know what part of the trial was at.
17-year-old Jay Rich.
Just turned 17.
Just turned 17, got a baby on the way.
And I'm sitting there tough. And he says, anything you would like to say? So I stand up and I'll go, stop. Yeah, I didn't do none of this.
But you said I didn't do none of this?
Yeah, I said didn't do no. Wait, speed back maybe about a few hours earlier. I'm riding. Is the dude that had to transport me. It's just me and him. He talking to me and shit. He was like, dude, man, they're not the dude that worked for Juvenile, one of the counts. He was like, 9 times out of 10, man, this isn't you to YA, bro. I mean, I've seen this over and over. Don't worry about it. He's trying to give me advice. When you get there, just stay out of fights, do what you gotta do, and then get home. Like he was sure I was going.
Wow, bro, the guy driving you around, prepping you.
Yeah, seen this a million times.
I do this every day.
Yeah, you're going to YA. Right, a little bald head, white dude. I remember his face like a motherfucker right now, and I'm sitting in the back. Because they scandalous. They don't even do adults like that. They got juveniles cuffed like this.
Yeah, right here in the front.
Yeah, and it's wrapped around like this, and I'm feeling like Hannibal Lecter and shit.
Yeah, they got you feeling like a fucking animal.
Yeah. And fucking the Santa Rita grown adults, they walking around regular.
Yeah.
Like, fuck the
Got suits
juveniles.
on and shit.
Yeah, you know.
Bro, but the guy who's driving the bus, though, the guy who's driving you around, why is he even telling you this? Like, did you ask him any questions?
No, he was just, yeah, man, what they trying to get you for? You know what I mean? Yeah, man, they trying to, oh, yeah, why, easy.
Easy. I see this all the time. Oh, my Lord, bro.
So,
did you say anything to him?
No, I was just like, you know, I'm just more so listening to bad news. Like, yeah, you going down. It's over. Shit. But he's trying to be on the bright side. Just stay out of fights. Stay out of people's way. Yeah. If they call you stupid, even if they hit you, just let them hit you, man. You don't want to get in no fights. You get more time in there. He's talking all that shit.
Holy shit,
I'm
bro.
like, oh my goodness, right?
That's
so
anyway,
I don't want to leave no details out.
No, please don't.
So
the dudes came in. They pointed you out.
Yeah, they pointed me out.
You cried to the judge.
Anyway, we're going to erase that part. No, but anyway, long story short, I started crying a little bit. I didn't do that. I'm talking about a little tears. And the judge stopped and looked at me like that. You know what I mean? Because I ain't going to lie, I was putting on a little front, too. I'm sitting there looking tough the whole time. You know? And then as soon as I told
Right.
So anyway, the judge says, I tell you what, he said, I'll tell you what, sir, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to send you home. If you plead guilty, I'll drop the firearm, which I never had anyway.
Bro, how the fuck they try to
weird shit, real shit. Oh, I don't know how this happened too. The dude from Tech was there too that we fought that day.
Holy shit, bro!
And got on this fucking stand. Like it's so hazy. I don't believe there's so much going on. I didn't know what the fuck was happening. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Just all these different elements from your recent past,
and it was making me even more just like, what the fuck? These dudes act like gangsters outside.
Right.
And in court, they're over here.
Right. Your Honor, he had a gun.
But I don't believe it's so weird. It was so long ago, right? This was fucking 30 years ago.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway, so we're going to let you out on electronic monitoring.
Okay.
And
if you plead guilty.
If you plead guilty right now, we'll let you out on electronic monitoring. And then you pass electronic monitor and you go to a house arrest, and then you pass house arrest, put you on regular probation, you pass regular probation, boom,
good.
We'll drop everyone.
So for those who don't know what an electronic monitor is, explain what that is.
Well, they put a monitor around your ankle. An ankle monitor.
And you're limited as to where you can go.
Now, back in those days, see, they could do it from the place now.
Right.
But back in those days, you had to have a phone line, because when they come in, they put this box in your house and it connects to the phone line, and the box hooks up to your electronic monitoring, and it gives you a surrounding area of where you could go. Now, if you come out that area, this box alerts juvenile hall.
Yes. So you had a radius. You could only go so far. You couldn't even, like, if you playing football on the street, you can't even go for a deep pass.
Ain't no going on the
only
street.
run short routes.
No, I'm telling you, I used to get on the porch. I had so much company around that time. Like, yeah, bring the weed over. We'll smoke on the back porch.
Bro. Does anybody come and check on you with the electronic monitor? Like, does somebody show up to
All
make
my
sure?
friends used to come.
No, I'm talking about somebody from, like, the law.
Yeah, they'll pop up on you. They'll pop up just to make sure, and like if you now, all right, you know what? I got my thing mixed up.
Okay.
I got my story mixed up.
Okay, go ahead.
My girl wasn't pregnant yet.
Oh, she wasn't pregnant yet. Okay.
She got pregnant because I got on electronic monitor.
So you were fucking with the monitor on.
You're right. I couldn't. Yeah, she got pregnant then.
Okay.
Yeah, because I remember now. Yeah, because I could, so she came to see me every day.
Clearly. I mean, all it takes is one day, but yeah.
Came to see me every day. I can't leave the house neither.
Do you remember what your radius was? Like how far?
No,
you
I
could
just
go?
could. I just could. I just knew I couldn't go out to. I couldn't. I could sit on the back porch. Sit on the front porch, but I didn't know the exact radius, so I didn't want to test it.
Right.
So I'm like, I won't go off the porch.
Might be 30 yards, might be 50.
So I
you
might
have
sit
no
on the
idea.
porch drinking or something. But then I got fake religious, and that's why you can't play with God, because I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay, tell me about fake religious.
So the thing is, you could leave and go places. You have to get permission from the electronic probation department. So when they put me on that, I was going to 8 o'clock service at church, 11 o'clock service, and 7 o'clock service at church.
Oh, wow. Was this an excuse just to get out the house? Or
Right.
were you really feeling...
At first, it was an excuse to get out the house.
Yeah.
So you feel me? So at first, I was really going, but I was going to a big church.
Yeah.
So even if they came to check on me, they weren't going to be able to find me. It's 500 people at the church.
Right.
And like I said, it wasn't as exquisite as it is now. The electronic monitor just was based on whether you was out that location of that box they put in the house.
Of course, yeah.
So it wasn't a GPS.
Right. They couldn't really track you. If you got permission to get out of that range.
Then once it leaves that range, they're okay with it because they'll check. Was he supposed to leave that range?
Yeah.
Because he's not in the range.
And if you had permission to leave, then you're pretty much free.
Boom, basically.
Okay.
So now I had it set up where I was going to church 3 times a day on Sunday. I mean, 3 times on Sunday. I went to Tuesday night Bible study.
Of course.
7 o'clock. I joined the choir on Wednesday.
And
practice.
you got permission for all this.
All this.
Of course.
So I'm a church boy in their eyes now from Sunday to fucking Friday. And Friday they had an 8 o'clock service at our church.
Okay.
So they could call the church and find out, you got 8 o'clock service? Well, so they found all that out and they let me go. So I went there first week just to test things out. So then now that I got my system down, I'm going to church. Now I'm out kicking it.
Now you kicking it. So
I'm just got to get back home in time.
Now, were you the type of person, did you at least stop off at the church to make a presence and then go kick it?
Like, if I did, like for the Sunday services, I did the 8 o'clock service.
Right. But then after that.
But the 11 o'clock service, 7, I'm out kicking it, and I'm doing all that. So anyway, so that was actually working out pretty cool. Me and my girl go to the movies and stuff like that. I'm living a normal life with electronic monitor. I went to the prom in with
the ankle monitor on. Went to the prom with the motherfucker on. Okay.
Yeah, they allowed me to go. They was actually pretty cool.
Okay.
So anyway, but what messed me up? Now here's another downfall.
Okay, let me hear it.
Long story short, so now I'm looking for jobs.
Okay.
And a lot of you not, I go, and so when I ask them if I go out and look for a job today, they say yeah, and then I have to keep a record every place that I am applied for. So I've been going out looking for jobs. I go down to Smart and Final downtown Oakland. Yeah. I go try to fill out an application, and they was like, oh, we don't got no applications. You might have to come back tomorrow and go and get it. Yeah. So anyway, I left, came back, called, said I'm back. They said, where you go? I said, I went here, and I went to Smart and Final. So today, out of all days, they go check, which is fine. I'm not lying. I'm telling the truth. Yeah. They go down to Smart and Final. The dude I talked to clocked out and left. Hey, did a guy come down here look for a job named whoa? No, we ain't see nobody like that.
Shit.
Because the dude's gone.
Yeah. So now they think
it looks like I'm lying.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then next thing you know, it's a knock at the door. I'm thinking it's a routine thing. They walk in, put your hands behind your back.
Get the fuck out of here, Jay.
Put your hands behind your back.
Bro, so they arrest you at your house.
Mm-hmm.
They take you in.
Take me in. I go back to court a week later in front of the same judge. He said, "What's going on? Why are I still saying?" I said, "We ain't going for it this time."
Oh, no, bruh.
So now I think I'm wise going to CYA.
Yeah.
But I'm not. My other boy with the that broke into the car, he said, "Well, you got to come back for sentencing or something." Now I'm about to get sentenced
Fuck, man.
for something, and they're gonna tell where I'm going and all this
So
shit.
you feel at this point, you probably feel like, man, like
It's over.
all my breaks are behind me now.
Mm-hmm. So now
That was it.
So now they I remember it was like this long cell thing where you wait, and once you go through this door right here, it's an open court.
Yeah.
When you come, like each side of the door looks completely different.
Yeah.
Like on this side of the door, it's just suits and typewriters thing. Over here, niggas graffiti and shit all over, like, you know. So anyway, my boy happens to be getting sentenced the same day.
Okay.
He's never came home.
This is the dude that threw the rock.
Right.
All right.
He's never came home. He been in there the whole time doing all
playing
that
checkers
shit.
and shit.
Yeah, all that shit. But I'm back now, and we in the same waiting area, but we in two different things. So it's a cell. He's like two down, and we yelling and talking. Blah, what happened? Blah, 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 blah. So anyway, so he comes. They call his name. He comes walk past because he got to go through the door, and I'm sitting there and I see him. He come walk past. He walking past all cool. Hey, yeah, man, what's happening? So then he go up in there, and they do the little court thing. The next thing you know, he comes walking back hella sad. And then I said, "Hey, man, what happened?" He turns to the cell and looks at me. He said, "I'm going to YA."
Oh shit, bruh.
So I'm like, "No, I'm going to."
So you know exactly where you headed, yeah.
I'm thinking I'm going there too. So he that facial expression scared the shit out of me.
Oh, yeah.
So he go up over there, and next thing you know, they call me. I go up in there and try to look all sad and shit at the same time. Long story short, he sentenced me to 6 months, and he still dropped everything.
The judge?
Yeah, he still dropped all like the gun shit and all that type of shit. I think he put it down to battery or something.
Get the fuck
whatever they dropped it to.
You never got or you never clarified to the court, or did they ever accept the fact that you had no gun?
Yeah, that's why. No, they didn't accept it. I mean, they had to accept it if they was like, we're throwing that part away.
Yeah, right.
So they just started throwing hella shit away because it was hella shit. But by the time it got to brass tacks, it was like battery, assault, or some weird shit. So anyway, he didn't send me to YA. He gave me a YA commitment, and he sent me to Camp Wilmot Sweeney.
Okay.
Now, Camp Wilmot Sweeney is a camp right above Juvenile. So when you go up, you see John George, right? But you keep on going all the way up into them hills. There's another spot called Camp Sweeney.
Yes, I've heard of this place.
Right. So you go there, it's all boys camp and everything. It's just like juvie, but it's no cells. So every room got beds like this.
Okay.
And it's like one central location bed like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Supposed to do 6 months, but the fucked up part about this is, so I'm a little more relieved. I'm like, 6 months ain't shit.
Yeah, 6 months, Camp Sweeney.
Yeah, 6 months Camp Sweeney. We play basketball all day and do the what's name and shit. You know what I mean? And but the messed up part about it is your time don't start till you get there.
Oh, so your thing is like you want to show up as soon as possible.
Right. It took like 2 months or
fuck. So it took 2 months for you to get there. Do they give you the liberty to just decide when you want to start?
No, they got to wait till it's wrong. Around that time, Juvenile Hall was super crowded around that time.
I didn't think about that. That's real.
Oh, wait a minute. A quick rewind. When I first went to jail, when I first went there for the whole charge, I was in there with another dude. It was a white dude.
Uh-huh.
He was in there for a real live robbery. Like, no fight, no nothing. He said, yeah, man, I robbed this dude, man. I got him for like $500.
Yeah.
Or something like that. You know, he got released that same day on probation.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, but I forgot the dynamics on that.
Yeah.
But his shit was worse than my shit. And he got released same day.
And he's admitting to it. Yeah, man, I robbed the motherfucker.
Yeah.
And they let him out on probation.
On probation.
I'll guarantee you, bro, he did not have the same public defender you had. I promise you that, bro.
Well, the same complexion.
Yeah, right. That's for damn sure.
But so anyway, I ended up going. Now this is where a whole different world happens, and I think this is where my life make a cold twist.
Okay.
On bullshit, I get my diploma and shit up there. I'm doing pretty good up there. By the time I get there, I have a cool ass probation officer because at Camp Sweeney, after a little time, you could go home on the weekends.
Okay.
But you'll go home for 4 hours and then you earn it, and then go home for 8 hours, and then you go home for a day. And as you get closer to your 6 months, you'll be doing whole weekends.
Okay.
And then boom, you get released. So it's almost like letting you out and
little
not,
by little,
you know
yeah.
what I mean, boom, to get you back out there. You know, and you probably seen them. Some people run from it, like they're not holding it down like jail. You know, so some people wait 1 o'clock in the morning, go hop the gate, and then they out.
Gone, yeah.
And I'm sure they done ran past your store
Of
hella
course,
times,
that's
you
what
know
I'm
I mean?
saying,
Probably
yeah.
stopped in there. I need a black and mild.
Like, man, I got to think about it. You know?
Right. But so things started going good. I get my high school diploma. I was going to school the whole time I've been there, like, you know, and got the little credits I needed to graduate. And then these dudes from UC Berkeley, this dude, a chick, and it's a DJ. I can't think of his name. Like, he's popular, but I can't think of his name. He ain't not Chewy Gomez or nothing like that. But they came up there and they was doing a study on us. And what they was doing was they brought us what they did was they brought a movie called Slam. It was starring this dude named Saul Williams.
Okay.
He was a poet. So they grabbed everybody, all the boys in the group, and they put the tape on, and we watched the movie Slam. It's about poetry, about spoken word and shit. And this dude's spitting fucking fire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so the assignment was, after we watched the movie, they wanted all the kids in there to write their own poem, and they was gonna have their own slam contest. So the winner might get a pizza, second place got Subway, third place got McDonald's, shit, all like that.
Yeah.
So by me thinking I used to be a rapper, I said, oh, I could do this.
Okay.
You feel me? There's no beat. Well, wrote the what's the name, and then I wrote it, and then we did the competition. Like we did it in the town hall meeting. Like, everybody was sitting there while we performed in front of everybody and all the shit. And I won the first place there.
Nice.
So anyway, so after that, I kind of was hooked on the poetry. So now I'm up there on my spare time. I got my diploma already. I don't got to go to school. I don't want to sit on my bunk all day. I'm playing dominoes. If I'm not doing that, I'm writing poetry like a motherfucker.
So that got you going right there.
That got me writing poetry. Then I started writing my girl poetry. You know, I was sitting her poetry and coming home doing poetry. And she already liked poetry, and she was trying to put it on me, but I don't want to do no poetry. But when I seen that movie,
Of course.
that shit was fire. When you get a chance, look up Saul Williams movie Slam. And
Because I've heard of the slam. I've heard of like slam poetry jams. and stuff like that. You
But
know?
he got a movie called Slam.
Are those related though?
What?
The slam poetry contest and the
Yeah,
movie itself?
yeah. That's what it was
So it's
all
one
about.
and
It
the
was
same.
about
All
those
right.
competitions.
Wow.
And it was hella poets in there, and they was spitting fucking fire. It's a poem called I think it's Amethyst Rocks.
Right.
Standing on the block. I can't even spit it right now, but when you get a chance, look that part up, and you could probably put it in right here.
Right. Put it right here.
All right.
So I'm sure you don't remember it word for word, but do you remember what the poem that you wrote when you won? Do you remember what it was about?
I think it was about the situation.
About the yeah.
I think I wrote something because I think I remember the line. I was like, I said some shit about my public pretender said I'll be fine, I'll be out by the time I'm 25. It was some weird shit.
Yeah. But you were speaking on your
I was
situation.
speaking on the thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it worked out. So anyway, so after that, when I finally got out of camp, my daughter was born, and I got out the day she was born.
Get the fuck out of here.
The exact day she was born.
So that's what you came back to the world to.
I came back to the world with my diploma, a new kid,
A love of poetry.
a love of poetry, no job, no nothing, and trying to figure it out. No, I ended up getting a job downtown at a warehouse where they was like shipping off watches and stuff like that. And then I started working for the school district as a custodian.
Okay.
For a little while. But in the meanwhile, I'm looking for open mics to do poetry at.
Yes.
And I'm hurting, and I ain't got no money. And then me and my baby mama broke up, and and R.I.P. her. She recently passed away too. But we had split up, and then some time go by. I ended up messing with this other chick, who that I met on the poetry scene.
Okay.
Because I'm hitting the poetry scenes all week. And
So you know this your life before comedy.
Before comedy, I'm a poet. I didn't grew my dreads out. I had little shells and shit.
Bro, please send me a picture of that.
I'm over there talking about, brother, we ain't, you know what I'm saying, the black queen shouldn't be all,
Yeah.
you know.
You the Camp Sweeney Common.
Right. You know, hey, I'm acting like I've been through hella shit. You know what I'm saying? I done been incarcerated before, brother. And you know what I'm saying? It's not even knowing it's just some juvie and some boys camp shit.
Right.
Look, brother, I've been under the stamp of the man, brother. I know what it's like out here, young blood. You know?
Yes. Giving advice and shit.
Right. I'm over here 18. Yeah, brother, I done been through it all. You know? That's what the white man.
The judge. I've been there. These tears.
No. Hey, well, going back to that, when I cried for the judge, he was like, "We're gonna send you home on electronic monitoring." I came back and got in the van with the dude that said I was going to Y. Yeah. I came back tough and shit. Yeah, they sending me home. And then the other counselor that was there, I heard him over there whispering. He was telling people like they was shocked he let me go.
Wow.
Like everybody was shocked because I overheard him whispering. They was like, "Yeah, man, that motherfucker started crying in court." And judge sent him home. He said, "You gonna electronic monitor?" Everybody was like, "What?" I was hearing the counselors talking shit. Yeah. And I'm thinking, my mind don't say that shit too loud.
Come on, man. Shit, I got a reputation to uphold, man.
I told you, man, I'm a square bear from Delaware. You know what I mean?
Right.
My papa ain't raised me like that. You know what I mean? It's just, fighting and stuff is different. You know, you're a kid. You gonna fight.
Of course.
But you know, but then, like I said, I ended up messing with a chick that I met at a poetry slam.
Yeah.
And she set it up. She knew these people that was doing the plays. So that's how I ended up getting into acting, because she encouraged me to, because I was broke to the motherfucking and stuff, and she was like, "You want to make some money, man? They auditioning for this play and they paying." I said, "What? I'm about to go down there and check it out."
Yeah.
So I went down there and auditioned for it was a Romeo and Juliet. I played Montague.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. So I went ahead and did that. Got the leading role on that part. Did the damn thing. We just did 2 weekends. We did 2 shows a night for the weekend.
Were y'all doing it in Old English? Or were y'all, was it like a contemporary version?
We did it in Old English. We did it slightly. We did it in Old English, but what the lady did, she's from, her name is Io Nzinga. She has a theater group called the Lower Bottom Players, where she does.
And this is what I remember you telling me when I first met you in the comedy world, talking about the Lower Bottom Players.
Yeah, the Lower Bottom Players. And she helped me out so much, even because she's a poet. And she helped me so much, like with the acting and stuff. So that's how I try to incorporate. That's how it all incorporated, from the poetry to the acting, all the way to the comedy, the character and acting things out,
of course,
or even the tone of your voice from going up and down. I learned a lot of that from doing the theater with her.
Absolutely.
So so when you're talking and you're taking somebody down a journey, and you know how you could be on stage, and try this one day. You ever on stage and then just start talking a little softer and watch how soft that crowd gets.
Or even just the power of silence.
Right. And you just look.
When you want motherfuckers to pay attention, instead of talking louder, shut the fuck up.
So I was getting all that from her, and you feel me? So now once I'm getting that from her, which is making my poetry saucy. So now I'm winning slams. I'm winning slams plus doing that. And so after we did the whole double weekend of the play, they had a after party. So they was like, "We're gonna have poets and everybody come on through." And the dude that was supposed to host it didn't show up. So they're like, "Man, we need a host for the thing." And then I'm over there drinking and I'll do it.
Right.
So I get on stage and I'm up there and then I do some poem. I'm like, "Y'all ready for the next poet?" And whoa. So I'm doing that. I'm bringing up all the poets. So after the whole thing was over, the DJ, who was actually, it was a dude in a play named Ego. Mm-hmm. He played, I forgot what he played. I forgot what he played in the play, but he had one of the leading roles too. But he was the DJ at Dorsey's Locker for the Blue Candle Tuesday for the poetry night.
Yes.
And then after I hosted that, he was like, "Dude, man, you hosted the shit out of that. Hey, man, they need a host at Dorsey's, man. You should go up there, but they don't pay nothing but like $50, $75 a night." Yeah. And I needed the money. I'm calculating, that's about $300 a month extra. He like, "Look, just come up there Tuesday." So I say, fuck it. I go up there Tuesday. When I went up there, I was talking to Brian, the owner, and everything. He like, "Yeah, man, we can do it." He was like, I already got a host. Oh, he's supposed to be here in a minute. It's cool. I said, "Okay, well, I ain't tripping." So his host came. I signed up on the list, went up there, did my poem. Everybody liked it. Brian liked it. It was cool, man. You come back again, though, bro. So I'm looking for other poetry spots anyway because I'm hooked on poetry.
Of course.
So I'm like, I'm coming back next week.
Yeah.
I come back next week. Why the host didn't show up? And Brian said, all right, but go on up there and do it real quick and we'll see how you do.
Right.
Go up there, did it, yeah. Dude came maybe about 11 o'clock, but dude came late. I think they had some kind of problem. He was trying to muscle Brian.
Okay.
And then I guess he was trying to teach him a lesson that week. But instead of him teaching them the lesson, he lost the job because I was there to replace
That's
him.
what I'm saying.
So Brian's like, fuck you, get up out of here. I got a new man.
Yeah, and somebody who's eager.
Right.
And somebody who wants to do this shit.
Right.
Man.
So then that's how I ended up getting that job. So then I got that job and I was doing it, and then I did it every Tuesday. Even I had the flu. I've never missed a Tuesday. Did it for 3.5 years. Now, 3.5 years straight, never missed a Tuesday. Now here we go. Here's maybe about a year and a half before I quit. Here come the comedians come popping in because all they hear is open mic. They don't hear open mic poetry.
They have no idea. Right.
Hey man, heard you guys got an open mic. Yeah, man, whoa. But at first I wasn't gonna do it, but I let people with guitars go up there and stuff. Like people really we used to have weird motherfuckers coming up there just signing up, just
because
doing
when you see
shit.
open mic, you just figure it's
whatever you want to do.
Right.
So a dude came, he was like, hey man, y'all doing open mic? Y'all like comedians? I said, cool, man, y'all can do it. But I said, the poets got to go first, so we're going to do poetry from 8 to about 9:30, because it used to be hell of poets.
Yeah.
And then once they done, we'll throw you on. And then they used to, one dude, I forgot his Bucket. You remember, it was a dude named Bucket. He don't do comedy no more. No. The next thing you know, Antoine and them started, then the word started getting out. It's an open mic. Now I'm meeting all these comedians.
Right.
And they're like, yeah, man, I want to get down. So then now I'm like, all right, I can get down. So now we got it. Now I'm promoting it as poetry and comedy, but I'm the poet.
Of course.
And I just, so then I start drinking. You know, I'm drinking Long Islands and shit, and I'm enjoying the comedy. I'm listening like, this shit. I'm talking about I literally watched comedy for about a year and a half before I ever tried it.
Yeah.
So then but I didn't even know I was trying it because, like, say somebody bombed, I get on stage and talk about it. Oh, man, you roll up and talking all that shit until other people start saying, dude, bro, you should do comedy, bro. I'm like, nah, fuck comedy. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm a poet.
You had no idea you were even doing it.
Yeah, so I didn't know I was tagging it or nothing like that. And they said it started getting funnier and funnier. And people started booking me to host their comedy shows.
Wow.
And I wasn't even a comedian. They'll put me hosted by poet T.R.A.G.I.C.
Okay.
So I go up there, do a poem, and then say, yeah, man, y'all ready? And then do the show. And then I start sneaking jokes in.
Yeah.
Like one joke. I had one joke. I said, I'm going to try this joke tonight.
Yeah.
If it worked or didn't work. All right, next to the stage.
Right.
For hell long, like a year. And then I said, fuck it, I'm going to try comedy. Then I went to Tommy T's and tried it and bombed on the little open mic shit. And then I was like, because I was doing so good freestyling, I thought that's all you had to do.
Yeah.
It was like, I just go on stage and freestyle.
You didn't realize it was like material
just
yet.
So when I went up there and nothing worked, I said, I'm never going to go on stage and at least not have something.
Right.
I'll freestyle still, but I'm going to know something.
That's impressive that you bombed and then came back for more.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, a lot of comics that we've never heard of because they bombed the first time. They went up there with conviction.
Well, maybe because I went through a whole year watching people bomb and you know what I mean? And then like I said, I was sneaking out jokes. Yeah. See, when you're not a comedian, don't nobody got an expectation of you.
Right.
So I'm J. Rich the poet that just told a joke. And they say, hey, nigga, that's kind of funny.
That's funny, yeah.
That's kind of funny, blood.
Bruh, so if somebody would have told you when you were, like crying to the judge, and if somebody would have told you right then and there, like, hey man, when this is all said and done, you're gonna be thriving off of poetry, and that's how you're gonna make your way into the future through poetry. What would you have thought in that moment?
I would have been like, shut the fuck up, I'm a rapper. Being blocks, twin Glocks. You know what I mean? I'm a rapper. No, I wouldn't have thought of it, but that's why you say you turn on tragedy to triumph,
right?
Because like all bullshit to the side, if I wasn't stupid if I wasn't stupid and those little chain of events, from fighting at Tech, Oakland High, to going to jail, which I still think somebody told on me, but I can't prove nothing, to messing up on the electronic monitoring. Like, I had to mess up on that electronic monitoring to go to camp.
Right.
So those UC Berkeley students could come and show me this film called Slam.
Right. It's all intertwined.
I would never have seen Slam.
And that
I would have never have watched
And who knows if your spark, if your love of poetry would have ever been sparked after that.
If it ever would have been sparked at all.
So do you feel like, although it was clearly a fucked up time in your life, clearly, but do you?
It's just hella idiotic because you young and stupid. I look back at certain shit I did. I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Of course.
And then I look at other kids that do little shit. I be like, y'all some dumb mother. Like, you feel me? Right. And then now you realize what the OGs be talking about. Hey, man, take your ass to class. What the fuck? Yeah. Why is you walking the halls?
Now you
smoking weed?
You're absolutely right about that. When we look at people younger than us, we do say that shit because of the shit that we've been through. We project onto younger people what our lessons were. Right. But ultimately, though, what was the greatest lesson that you took from all of this, though? I mean, because obviously you're standing tall today. You're doing your thing in the comedy world. You're a well-respected figure in this art form that we've chosen in the Bay Area. You know. But what was when you look back on this time, though? What was the lesson that you take from it that you'll always keep with you?
I think the lesson. The only thing that could really pop in my mind, like, is two things. Like, one thing, never be angry about the journey, even if your journey starts off fucked up. I think, like my father always says, I call it, like, during all that time, his number one thing was do the right thing.
Right.
And what he meant by that, about doing the right thing, is just make sure that you're right. When the police pull you over, if they pull you over, you got license, you got registration. If they fuck over you, they fucked over you and you doing what you got to do, but you're not giving them a reason to fuck over you. Like, it was a gun in the car, it was drugs in the car. Yeah. And you're always right. When you go to work, you're clocking in on time. Yeah. Don't give people a reason to, you know what I mean? If you're trying to do this kind of, so that's the kind of way I try to live it and go through it, because if I was doing the right thing, I wouldn't have been up there fighting attack. I wouldn't have been up there I would have been doing what I was supposed to do in order to do it. But at the end of the day, too, sometimes the journey still takes you. Like I said, I would never be doing comedy if I didn't do that. Yeah. Never be doing comedy. My daughter might not have been born if that wouldn't happen, because my girlfriend had 100% access to me because she knew where I was.
That's real though. That's real though. She's like, I know where he's at. I know,
and
exactly
I'm coming over, and it better not be nobody there.
Bruh, that is an incredible story, Jay. And I'm so happy that whatever events had to occur in your life for you to feel the way that you feel today. And I'm also happy that we met. Right. Somehow, some way, comedy, like all your experience and your story.
Well, when we met you, because I remember the day we met, you was trying to buy some pussy on E14. Yeah, and the thing wasn't.
That's a tragic story for that.
That's a tragic story. Maybe for the next episode.
Time renders all great injustice, coochie. Bro, but I appreciate you, Jay, and I'm so happy that you came and you shared that story with us on the initial episode 1 of the Tragic podcast.
I could dig it.
Definitely Time Renders All Great Injustice Comical.
I could dig
Jay
it.
Rich.
How long did you have to practice it before it could smooth off your... Say it one more time. Say it twice in a row.
Time Renders All Great Injustice Comical. Time Renders All Great Injustice Comical.
There it is. There it is.
I just say it to myself in the mirror five times a day while I'm brushing my teeth, so I get it right. But this is a great example of that, though, you know what I'm saying? Because it was definitely a fucked up time in your life. But now here we are in 2021 with all the accomplishments that you have in your life under your belt, and we're talking about it, we're laughing about it, and you learned from it.
And let me drop one more thing that actually popped in my mind. I can't necessarily say that I might not have ever found comedy, because we used to have a game. An old friend of mine reminded me of it. I'm pretty sure everybody played it, maybe. But we used to call it Make Me Laugh. You ever play a game like that as a kid?
Make Me Laugh? What was it?
You might have called it something different, but the way we used to do it, and when he was telling me that, he was like, man, remember we used to play Make Me Laugh? He's like, man, you've been training for this shit since you was a kid.
Wow.
And I'm like, fuck you, man. And then I thought about it, Make Me Laugh, like when we was bored, we'll all be on the porch, it'll be about 8 of us. One person has to get up and try to make us laugh. The first person that laughs, Got to get up and go do it.
And go do it.
And we used to do that game. Like, we'd be bored after we play video. Come on, y'all, let's play Make Me Laugh. All right, fuck it. And everybody tries to be straight faced.
right.
And then he'll get up there and he'll put a finger in his nose or do something crazy. Or, look at his shoes. And, my boy brought that up one day. I was like, damn, man, I didn't even know what I was training for way back then.
You were training for it, dog.
Way back then.
You should have tried that when you were in court talking to that judge. You should have made him laugh.
Make you laugh.
He probably did laugh when he started crying. He was like, man, let him go, man. Put a damn ankle monitor on his ass. J-Rich, man, anything you want to say to the people, go ahead. Feel free to shout out your social media, what you got coming up.
Yes,
please, man. Let the people know you got the final word.
Yes. So listen, everybody. It's your boy, comedian J-Rich. Follow me on everything, all right? J-Rich 510. You spell it out, Jayrich 510. I got 2 things I want you to do. Like I said, 1, I want you to follow me. 2, tell your friends about me. 3, don't ever tell anybody about me crying in court and let them find out on that. Don't be trying to promote the thing. Look, go to Rudy Ortiz thing, man. He talk about it all the time. And remember, put God first. And like my father always say, and like Rudy just said, square, stay sharp, and always, always, always do the right thing.
Yes, sir. It's Tragic Podcast, episode number 1 with the one and only J-Rich. We appreciate you, and we'll see you soon. Peace.
Smile, pick up your head. It's alright, it's gonna be okay. I know times have been so rough.